This is a video about petunias. A petunia is a flower. A flower means it grows on a plant. Many plants grow flowers, but not all plants. There are different kinds of plants, like this one, that has really small leaves. And the daisy plant, which has really big leaves. But petunias have pretty big leaves too, but not really big. Imagine how big this leaf is. This is a petunia bud. It's called a new bud. Well, one of these dead flowers is called This is called the spent blossom. But most people deadheading just take the flower off. When you take the flower off, you leave this behind, which will eventually seed. And the process of growing will be over for the plant. So you're going to have to remove not just the dead flower, but also the thing that will go into seed. Well, a new bud and a spent bloom look very similar, except that the new bud, the petals look firm, but on the spent blooms, the petals would look wilted. See there? It looks wilted. Well, the flowers on the petunia are pretty big. Bigger than the leaves themselves. But an oak leaf, but many leaves on trees are much bigger than these petunia flowers. The maple tree leaves are on average many times bigger than the flowers on the petunia. See the stamen inside of it. Wow. So, and even parts of the pistil, and that will go, and this will turn into a seed, which you don't want to happen. I'll also remove this dead one, as you see. But often, people just take the dead flower off. And you also have to take this off. Truly though, this one is also still attached to the plant. It's dead. Well, this would happen if our petunias died. Just remove all the dead flowers until every single dead thing on the plant is clear. Don't worry, some of the leaves may come off. This one was already cut off. This is an example of a spent flower. But many people, again, just take the flower off, which will also have to remove this. But these two flowers, I'll remove them now. There's Jed. These two flowers. Same thing with this flower. Just keep on removing those dead flowers until no dead flowers are on there attached to the plant. But the reason about the shade is that they won't produce many flowers in the shade as they do in the sun. This is pretty shady over here. Just like many other plants. Many other plants need full sun. Some don't need sun. They need shade. If you take a close-up at the flower, you can see the stamens on the flower. Those are the things where pollination happens. And even if we look really closely, we can see the pistil and the stigma, which is a part of the flower which has the ovules, or ovary. The ovary becomes a fruit, the ovules become seeds. The most amazing thing about this is that there's pollen, thousands of grains of pollen in these flowers. Just like I learned in the apple book about all the pollen grains that are inside the flowers. Imagine if you look inside a live flower, like this one, you can see the stamens. Same thing with this flower. You can see all the stamens and some of the pistils, or even the ovules. It's hard to confuse these flower stalks with the ones that had dead flowers. This one I'm going to remove, this flower stalk, as many people will just take the dead flower off. Same thing with this. It's about to produce a seed. And you don't want it to produce seed. Then die. Let's see this petunia. We see a dead flower. We're going to remove it. Oh, it just took the dead flower off. Unfortunately, nothing with that flower. Because of this. So now, this is all the care of petunias and many other plants. As the plant's rooted into the ground, you do not want your plants to blow away. And I'll also remove these two ones. And also this. Not only does this make the plant prettier, but it also helps it keep it flowering and flowering. This is also true about leggy petunias. This to prevent them from getting leggy, deaden them right. Not only just take the dead flower off, like this. You also want to take off this, as this will produce seeds, and its life cycle will be over. Its life cycle is to bloom, set seeds, then die. So again, the seed is up to, if it is allowed to ripen, that is when it will produce the seeds. And your good old petunia will just die. Started to confuse ones with buds. Then, the ones with dead flowers. So much dead stuff. So amazed. Got this flower stalk has ripened. And if we actually take these leaf-like things off, we can see the seeds. We can see this little black chocolate chip. Let's see if we split it open. There's seeds inside, which are not fully developed yet. Old flower stalks will be removed. Dead flowers are taken off. And this is our care for our flowers, including these beautiful petunias. But often, this will also cause leggy petunias by you just taking the flower off and leaving this thing to set seed and eventually die to its end of its life. It's hard to tell blooming ones from dying ones. Here's a nice fresh flower. Let's talk about the parts of a flower. Where you see these beautiful petals, these pink and yellow things. And see that white stuff there. The stamens and the pollen. The pistil, and the ovules, which produce the seeds. This is all about petunias and many other plants. Bye-bye with our video.